Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Madhouse Show. I got James Lee and Luke Kuhlenberg on with me. I'd like to start this show. I'm going to go ahead. I want to start the show with an apology. I want to apologize for making this show lean right, which is not my original intention. My views do lean right, and I won't deny that. I won't deny that they do. I hold my views and they can be changed. They change all the time. That's why I feel like I'm a true centrist. As a matter of fact, my views have been leaning more left lately over the past 6-month break than anything, which is just bringing me just more dead center than I think I've ever been. But all the shorts that I produce on YouTube lately, most of them, they are all right-leaning shorts, taking jabs at Jimmy Kimmel, which, no, I don't have much remorse for Jimmy Kimmel. The short I shared on him was him crying like a little bitch, and that's what he does. That aside, with the shorts that I do share, they're mainly right-leaning, and I could see how my left-leaning friends and left-leaning people who might watch this show might not feel welcome because of that, and that's not my intention. So I just want to make an apology and say I'm going to try to do better in the future, because that's not what this show is supposed to be about. This show is supposed to be about left, right, gay, straight, black and white, trans, doesn't matter. We're supposed to all be able to come together and form gaps. No, I'm sorry, bridge gaps, and and that's what we're here for, to actually talk with each other. That's what this show is founded on. That's what I intend this show to be. And I will do better to make sure that the show itself does not lean in one particular direction. My views will lie where they lie, and I won't apologize for that. But I will apologize for making the show lean a certain way, because that's not my intention. And I'll do better to make sure it doesn't in the future. And just to welcome everyone to come on. So that's all I want to say. I do want opposing views on this show. I don't want it to be a bunch of right-leaning conservatives just having a conversation about right-leaning conservative topics. I want it to be everyone talking about everything. So with that being said, James, we have not seen good old James in so long. And all of us really, we're just kind of getting back into it. But James, you've obviously been known as a Trump supporter in the past, especially on this show. As times went on, Trump's been in office. He's been making some moves. How do you feel about Trump in general? And what do you think, man? Like, what do you think about what he's done in office so far? How are you feeling about him now as opposed to when you were hoping for him to get elected?
Mixed, man. Like I still run with dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want anybody else in control, you know what I'm saying? Like, with everything going on with like all the war talk and shit like that, you don't want, a Kamala in there fucking drunk, just spewing out fucking word garbage, just trying to fucking make words sound, nice and shit. You definitely don't need fucking Biden's incoherent ass in there. So you want somebody, dude, that's gonna, who's doing what it's just out. It gets weird because like first we were anti fucking Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? It was like they ain't getting shit. And then, he brought Putin over, dude, did that whole stealth bomber thing, man, like flex, the ultimate flex. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are, dude. Ain't nobody got a stealth bomber just laying around that you could just be like, boom, you know what I'm saying? And just like, oh, nigga, I could have dropped this shit on you, but I'm not. I'm just like, my dick's bigger than yours.
Lost your hardcore with that.
No, and then he had that whole, he made him walk out that long ass red carpet, you know what I'm saying? Trump stood at the other end, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was all like a big power play, man. So I mean, like, you got to respect the tactics that the guy uses, you know what I'm saying? But like a couple weeks later, dude, he was like, yeah, so we're gonna get back the land that Russia stole and all this. It was just like, you just like flexed with Putin and was like, hey, dude, we're gonna help Russia, dude. Like, Ukraine don't know. So I mean, like, it's
a 180 on a lot of issues.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, that's not cool. The fact that Netanyahu is walking around here, dude, talking about how I control Trump, and if I control Trump, then I control America. Like, you could nip that shit in the bud, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You the big dick swinging president right now, bro. Like, shut your boy up. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And then
you want to shift over a little bit and get in the dead center. Sorry, like you're like cut off. Sorry.
with us supposed to be getting our money back and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That Doge shit and everything like that. I mean, like, dude, nobody's seen anything. You know, you were talking about how we're going to get money, and I ain't got shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on that one of my tax forms or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we fucked up and we owe you money. I'm still waiting on that shit.
Well, they'll
Like,
never tell you that.
Yeah, no, it's just been a real slow. But as far as like representing and keeping people out of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the damage is already done when Biden let all them damn people over here, dude, just open up the fucking gates, and there's no telling how many people got in, how many like bad people got in. But I mean, like, I don't know, man.
It's been
Dude's
happening
trying,
for
I
a
guess.
while.
Yeah,
You know, with multiple presidents.
Dude, it's just in times like this, man. Yeah, he's got his moments where he's just like, fuck yeah, dude. That's the guy I want in office. That's the guy I voted in office. And then there's some other issues, man, where it's like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
could have done that one better.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, like, when you think about what the option was, man, like, we wouldn't know, dude. This shit would already been.
No.
Fuck it with that bitch being in office, bro. Like, seriously, we wouldn't even made it this far, dude. Somebody would have fucking bombed us, invaded us, or some shit. You know,
probably.
Like, for real.
I would agree. Like, that's why I always wonder when I do talk to, my leftist friends, which I've been talking to a lot over the last week, and it's always a pretty valid argument. I'm like, why did they give us Kamala? Like, what was that supposed to do? It was like a for sure win for Trump. There's no way in hell that they could have possibly thought she had any chance of winning. They really thought
that they went wrong with Hillary by putting a white woman in there, and they were like, black woman, got it.
But see, like, and that's where I think the true racism in lies, because it's like they just said black woman. And it's like, well, you didn't think about the merit of her character. How many other black women in America could do a better job than Kamala? Plenty.
Thousands.
Like, yes,
Man,
there's plenty of other
Candace
options.
Owens, bro.
Well, yeah, but obviously they wouldn't have picked her as Democrat leader. But still,
yeah,
there's
I'm
plenty
just saying,
of.
Like, she's far more intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And
well, sure.
And
but there's far more intelligent black women that are more Democrat leaning and on the left they could have picked as well. You know what I'm saying? All they saw was black woman and roll with it.
It's identity politics by that point. Dude.
And that's what I mean. It shouldn't be about identity politics. And even if it is, you should maybe also pick somebody with some merit at the same time if that's what you're really going for.
She was a DEI hire. Can you imagine her trying to handle fucking Putin right now, bro?
Yeah.
Or even
it wouldn't have happened. Putin would have never sat down with her, bro.
I don't think with her we would have stood much of a chance. And that's my basic point is, like, I'm surprised, color, woman, male, female, black, white aside, I'm just surprised they didn't put a stronger candidate in front of Trump, because it kind of left the nation with no choice. It really did. Many, many Democrats that I talked to didn't vote. They just didn't. Like, normal voting Democrats just were like, well, I can't vote for her, but I definitely can't vote for Trump, so I'm just not going to vote.
See, I want to know who got to him. That's what I know. That should be the question.
Who got to Trump?
To do all the ones that he's been doing lately?
No, absolutely, dude. Because if he's trying to come to peace talks with Ukraine and Russia, then Israel and Palestine, right? And now everything's a 180, and now we're selling missiles to Ukraine. The Netanyahu is supposedly giving them missiles to go fire off it, going in deeper that's into Russia.
Yeah, it's probably Netanyahu, dude. Like, everything leads to Israel.
Well,
yeah, a lot does.
Yeah, I suppose it does. I mean, you follow the money, that's where you're going to get your answers at, for sure.
I mean, like, we've always backed Israel, dude. If anybody ever says anything bad about Israel, dude, America gets all like, oh, you fucking with the church's money. No, we need, and we just immediately go run to their fucking aid, dude. It doesn't matter if they're in the wrong, you know what I'm saying? If they're over there bombing other fucking people, if they're using that gas to fucking kill people, it's like, it's okay. It's Israel. It's what they're doing, what they got to do. But then another country does the same damn thing, dude. They're like, oh no, they're terrorists, and they're doing genocide. They're doing this and they're doing that.
It's like, honestly, because like when that shit first started happening, like October, I believe it was October 7th, right?
Yes.
When they, when that happened, I was all for it. Walk in there, do what you gotta do, man. you know. But as it drug on and kept longing out, you know, it got old. And then it got kick-started again, you know, and then I started maybe listening to a couple different arguments from the other side of the aisle and actually sat down and had a conversation with them, looked into it. I'm not saying I'm swaying the other way, or I am.
What, towards Palestine?
Well, towards any of it.
Like, you don't have to swing towards the free Palestine radicals necessarily to use your mind and start thinking. And I think that's a little bit mainly what I would like this whole episode to kind of be about, is that yes, right minds can be changed. They, like, with some critical thinking and some time aside, we can change our views a little bit. Mine on the Israel-Hamas situation we're talking about right now, yeah, that's one of them. I feel like my views have changed significantly from what I was told in the beginning and what I believed in the beginning. Kind of like you were just saying, Luke, like October 7th, was angry, you know, and I was pro-Israel because all the propaganda was kind of telling me to be so. But then after, like, you know,
because we fell for the fucking bait.
Yeah. So,
you know,
maybe we did.
Seeing the stories from the other side, and it's like, oh shit, man, like, you guys, Israel's going door to door, dude, just murking people, bro, like wiping out whole families. Like, that's fucked up.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna say that now. It's wrong. I don't like that shit. It's fucking evil. But when the side that did it to you first is doing exactly what you just said that Israel's doing, I mean, I don't.
You gotta strike back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not them, so I can't.
War is ugly.
Or
yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. If you come to my house, dude, if you know what I'm saying, you try to kill everybody in my fucking family, bro.
You're done,
nigga. I gotta kill you, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta go. Like,
you will be a forever print that's on a T-shirt, bro. You come walking in my house. Period.
Right.
You know.
So I mean, and that's what Palestine did, bro. Israel was coming over there and just clapping, and you know, no, bro, you can't.
But you know, and that's the thing. Like, and that's. As far as I could see, they went in and they killed civilians, which is the biggest deal. They didn't necessarily attack, you know, a military headquarters of any type. They went in and killed civilians. And that was the headlines. That was the headlines that we were told. And then you look at it, and then there's a lot of, you know, pro-Palestine people and say, well, why did they do that? Because they did that because they're so oppressed and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, hold on, you're arguing why did they go in and kill a bunch of civilians? Because how the fuck do you argue that? Why didn't they attack a military complex of some sort? Those are questions that really haven't been answered to me. It just, you know, they attacked a bunch of civilians, and then they took a bunch of people hostage and American hostages.
And they were like raping women and raping children and shit, bro.
Dude, that was a soft target, bro. I mean,
and they seem like a very vile people. But that, once again, is the propaganda that is, you know, it's the propaganda that's proposed to us. So, you know, where do we believe what we're told and then dive deeper? And I feel like there's just been a little bit of a deeper diving lately with everything that's going on. I mean, it's a touchy situation. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know. I can't say one way or another, but my views have changed a little bit. And for all of the pro-Palestine people out there, I would say that's a good thing for, you know, like this would now be the time maybe to talk to us and explain to us. And maybe you'll be saying the same thing that you've been saying all along over and over again, but maybe just step back and think about some new talking points. And then maybe think about where we're at now, which is a kind of a new,
we're on a new frontier in this, dude.
We are. And then maybe, you know, people like us are realizing we have been duped. And then maybe you need to explain to us in a, you know, just a cordial, civil way, and explain to us what's going on.
They treat us, man.
Like, exactly.
But no, that you're guilty until proven innocent.
I mean, I'm the first. I could be wrong.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You know, that's what I was trying to explain before, is like, I'm not sided one way or the other, because killing on either side of innocence or non-innocence, just murder in general is just wrong. Period. I don't condone any of it, dude. It's fucking, it's horrible shit. But it's definitely got me asking more questions now about, like, what's really going on over there.
Sure. I mean, we are all subject to propaganda.
Well, absolutely. What's really going on? You know, because if Israel really wanted to wipe out Palestine or that whole Gaza Strip, dude, they could have done it in like a weekend, maybe 24 hours.
Well, because war is money, honestly.
Well, I understand that, because you got to have a boogeyman.
You have to. It's what keeps it. it's what keeps the inflation going. It's what keeps the dollar going. It's the whole, everything me and you talked about, in private that I'm sure will come out in tidbits of this show, but it's no shortage of information that I've seen on the internet. The Federal Reserve, the central banking system, inflation, why inflation exists. Like, we have a 2% target inflation. Why? Well, because the rich still need to make money. That's the only real answer.
It's meant to keep you broke. They make money off of the debt that you accumulate.
Yeah. Why isn't target inflation 0?
Right. That's why
because the rich still need to make money.
Oh, absolutely. That's why they hand out credit cards to everybody. Here, take this. You could pay on it later. But you got like 16, 28% fucking interest on that shit. God forbid. Like, holy shit.
I think we're just living in a really bleak environment, a really bleak political climate nowadays. I think it's really hard to talk to people, especially since after Charlie Kirk. I think that was a very polarizing moment.
It's still polarized. It's still very polarized.
It is. Yeah. I mean, of course it is. I mean, if anything, I think, somebody like Charlie would want us to do what we're doing now. I mean, obviously we're, pretty much lean right, but I am reaching out to the left. I got plenty of them that'll be coming on.
Not from lack of trying, man.
Well, exactly. And I'm reaching out to them. I got plenty of left people coming on, and many more, all walks of life we're going to be talking to. So I think he would want us to do what we're doing now. I mean, at least try to talk. I mean, if it fails, it fails. That's okay. Shit happens. But
well, it's not. I don't think it's what he wanted to happen. I think it's what America needs.
Well, yeah.
America absolutely needs to sit down and have that face-to-face bro talk. You know what I mean?
Some civil discourse. I guess, but before Civil War. I mean, I just.
I mean, like if you actually, I don't think it's so close to Civil War. I actually kind of think, dude, that it's gonna sound weird. White people kind of got to get over their shit, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I used to fuck with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, hardcore. But, like, the more and more, like, you know what I'm saying?
You're still fucking with us now? What you talking about?
No, I'm talking like, you know what I'm saying? No, y'all are different.
No, but I mean, like, talking about rolling tough with us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, like, white people are way more paranoid and scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, like, black people are obviously more like, we definitely help fuel the whole racism thing. Like, we were racist amongst ourselves, you know what I'm saying, especially against the YNs. But white people hate YNs too, so that could be like a common ground thing.
Hawaiians?
YNs, dude. Like, let me hit you real quick. Young niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, I must have lost that whole thing. I thought you said Hawaiians. I'm like, what do we have a problem with Hawaiians for? I'm like,
nah, man, them little young ass kids, man, that be walking around fucking 80-degree, 90-degree weather, wearing a little fucking mask.
Yeah,
fucking hoodies, jackets, and shit, man, with motherfucking extended clips sticking out this fucking far out there, goddamn thing, dude, or motherfucking big ass drums and shit.
I just didn't know there was a slang for that.
Yeah, no, they call YNs, man.
YNs.
YN. Like
young. Let me finish it for me, James. Young
niggas.
Young
niggas.
Get it?
Okay. All right.
So,
all right.
Real,
I didn't know that.
Like, no, man, it's a real motherfucking problem. Like, whenever you hear about the Kia boys or any of that stupid.
No, I mean, they're all over my neighborhood. My neighborhood's predominantly black. I know what you're talking about.
That's YNs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, dude, on some straight stupid shit, man. Like, motherfucking black people can't stand them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, but because of them, you know what I'm saying, and their parents or lack of parents, you know what I'm saying, like this new age white people, man, like real kind of like scared and sketchy motherfucking black people, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, like we start showing up in some of your spots or whatever, dude. I mean, the birth of the Karens, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, for real, dude, like that's a new level of racism, man. Like,
so you're basically saying that you think white people are showing more paranoia towards black people now
yeah,
in your experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's even so much even black people, dude. Like, honestly, because like,
well, I mean, I can only account for like my shit.
Well, I mean, you got people like, y'all know who I'm talking about, little ninja dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, dude. Dude at work, ninja, little white kid.
Anyways,
yeah, man. No, we ain't gonna say no names. Yeah, we ain't gonna say no names. But
no, I call that motherfucker MGK. I know exactly.
Yeah, that dude. So like, you look at how he presents himself, right?
What, like a ghetto howdy doody?
Yeah.
Hey, man,
No,
that motherfucker kill you too, bro. That
Them
dude up the
motherfuckers,
switch out his shit, dude. He'll kill you.
Them little motherfuckers are scary too, bro.
That's
Like,
what
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying.
Of course, yeah.
He falls into a YN category though.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
He does though.
He does.
He lives that life, bro. Like, motherfucking.
But
and
what's
crazy
on is like these
that
little
YNs
dudes
don't do racism. YNs will take in MGKs.
Oh, they don't give a
YNs
shit.
will take in motherfucking crazy ass Mexicans.
It
As
doesn't
long as
matter.
you on that fuckboy shit, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's just the whole
crazy
culture,
part.
bro.
And so while everybody else is being crazy and racist against them, dude, these motherfuckers are like, oh, you're a fucking reject too? Come on in. We don't care. We don't see color.
No,
but
it's just
everybody else is motherfucking
it's
like.
It's just the up and, you know, it really is just the scaling up of the violence, dude, and how often more frequent that the shit's become. You know,
there's something else, bro.
I mean, like straight up, bro. And that's why people are afraid of these little motherfuckers, bro. And it's like, well, and y'all want to defund the fucking police for what? So you want to deal with that? I mean, obviously you're not.
Well,
you know?
I mean, once again, you know, they're capable, right? You know, I mean, if they got a gun or some shit like that.
But if you're going to cut them loose in under 12 hours, bro, what the fuck's the point of even taking them in?
Turnover,
you know, like, what's the point of me risking my life, not being able to maybe not see my kids when I maybe clock out, you know, while I'm sitting in a hospital bed riddled in fucking gunshots.
Yeah, just for some little kid that don't really give a shit about his life at all or whatever.
Gets fucking, then gets kicked back out on the, you know, it's on the street 12 hours later. Oh, bro, I don't blame them. You know, they're coming up to a lot more homicides. I'll tell you that, bro. The uptick around my neighborhood, they're gone up probably about 30%. Like, these motherfuckers dropping off like fucking damn flies in this bitch, bro. Man, this is crazy out here.
Shit is real, but like I don't know, man.
They're crazy, bro.
I just feel that like they don't give a fuck about nothing. So, and then we're out here tripping over all this stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they nothing.
I think it's all done by
well, it's not really about you got to think, man. Like, I think back to when I was like in my 20s and politics and, you know, world views and things
I'm not even talking
on.
about the politics or nothing, man. I mean, like, dude, these kids don't value human life. They don't value their life. I mean, they don't value a motherfucking thing, dude. Like, for real.
But I'm just saying, back when I was in my 20s, I didn't value the same things that I do now. What should I say? You know, and these are mostly young kids you're talking about, right? Hence the term YN, I guess.
I mean, some of these motherfuckers are old as shit, bro. Still acting up like
if they grow
up
in that life, they'll be that way forever, most likely. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't political. You know, when I was 20, I didn't give a shit. I was into partying and, you know, being a rock star, playing music. That's all I cared about. And that's what these kids are into, you know, just fucking shit up and getting their own, you know, just the ghetto lifestyle, I guess. I don't know.
It's that thug life, bro.
So, I mean, what's supposed to be done about that? You know, like, I mean, what politician can cure that problem?
Trump's bringing in the National Guard.
Is that gonna solve the issue?
They start shooting at him, Mike.
I mean,
we'll get a lot. I mean, dude, I hate to be fucking sounding like
somebody
but
doing
if they
something
walked up in there, at least they'd probably have a common motherfucking thing to shoot at instead of flinging bullets everywhere and shooting kids sitting on the front porch, bro.
So, like, you know, can I ask this? Would you say it's a predominantly black problem, or like you said,
I think it's a predominantly poor problem.
Well, yeah, I would too. And you know, I'm just asking the question. You know, you said that they don't care, like you know, the ninja dude or whatever we're talking about. Like, you know, they'll embrace anybody, white, Mexican, blah 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 blah. But, like, you know, culturally, is it predominantly a black issue, predominantly a class issue? Like, what are we seeing? Or maybe
put it in a class, dog. Yeah, I mean, like,
going to be a black issue in black neighborhoods.
You can go to South Side, man. You know what I'm saying? And, like, run across some crazy ass white boys over on the South Side.
Yeah. No, normally that's associated with meth and trailers and all that shit too.
You would know that they were, I mean, but all the tattoos on their face and the fact that they carrying their little purses and shit, you know what I'm saying, and the goddamn skinny jeans, puts them in the category of the YNs.
I mean,
but they white as fuck, blonde hair, blue eyes, man, but motherfucking out here looking like, you know what I'm saying, what is that, Tekashi or whatever?
I mean, I feel just as threatened by a black dude in a hoodie with a shaded face as I do as a meth head scratching his shit that's white as fuck. Like, I mean, I don't
That's
want to be around either of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
stereotyping, and there are black meth addicts.
Okay, well, I mean, sure, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that sketchy white dude that's all fucking skinny and gangly, kind of like you, Luke. You know?
Yeah, but I'm all skinny and gangly. I am proportioned.
I'm just saying, I'm sketched out by it. The color doesn't matter. It's more the person that, like, you know, if they're acting sketchy and looking weird and looking a little rough, like, I don't really give a fuck if they're black or white. I'm just like, my eyes on them. You know, like the skin color is not the problem. It's the way they're acting. You know, like
definitely the lifestyle.
Yeah, you know? But it's the way they're acting in the neighborhood you're in. You know,
That's not true. That's not true, because I've been out in, like, I don't know, over off the west side, you know, just on the other side of the river and shit. You got these uppity neighborhoods, and these motherfuckers trying to act to it. You know, it's like, your damn parent is, like, your dad's a brain surgeon, and your mom's like a therapist for Hollywood. Like,
a lot of
you
times
ain't
you can see through
money,
that. A lot of times you can see through that, because I mean,
I'm just saying, because those are the
like
ones that are
fad.
kind of dangerous, but they're not. You know what I mean? They just want to try to act all tough and shit, but no, they ain't about that life like that, bro.
Man, some of them motherfucking white boys be about that shit, though, bro.
Well, yeah, but they got like, something to prove.
Yeah, I mean, like, they be the plug. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, because their parents got money, they the plug. So, no, you got to watch out for some of them little high class, like, for real.
They're learning that street game.
You never know, bro.
No, dude, you never underestimate anyone.
Yeah, for real.
Never.
They could be little kingpins because they had capital.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get
it. You never.
But I mean, like, just shifting back to, like, you know, I guess, you know, policy bullshit, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to constantly stay boring here, but I'm just saying, like, you know, what do we do? How do we solve these problems? Like, you know, especially the divide we got going on in the United States, whatever. What's Trump doing to solve these problems? You know, I mean,
like I said, he deployed ICE. I mean, he's doing what he can as far as.
But I mean, what's ICE going to do for the YNs, as you call them? You know what I mean? Like, because they live here, they're born and bred here. Like,
he sent the National Guard to Chicago, man, to try to get the YNs under control. And I
don't think they're there yet.
Man, yeah, no, they are. Motherfucker, they flew a jet. Yeah, they flew a jet over. There was one dude, he was doing a live talking about fuck the National Guard, man. Like, we got switches and shit, dude. And motherfucking right when he was doing this live, dog, motherfucking a jet flew over his motherfucking ass. And he was like, motherfucker, they got jets. It was like, nigga, you called out the U.S. military, bro. Like, what the fuck did you, man? No, bro. Like, no.
You know, and that's another thing. I mean, there's you know, definitely a couple of my leftist friends, they're very opposed to the U.S. military being in those areas. And like I said, you know, I need to get them on.
The police. You know what I'm saying? Like, the police, there's hardly any police in a lot of these damn neighborhoods, dude. You know what I'm saying? I give you a prime example. Kenlock over here, bro. Like, they arrested the fucking police department. You know what I'm saying?
Corruption.
Yeah. You know, if you're not a crooked cop, you're not doing anything over here. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Chicago. So, yeah, no, that's why the National Guard's coming here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, dog, he's trying, but, you know, you're gonna, you know, you run across people, man, who are like, oh, don't do it, but you don't want to get robbed neither. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your shit stolen. You know what I'm saying? You feel safe because you're tucked away in your Wildwood neighborhoods or whatever little gated communities or HOAs or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? When you're out here in, like, real fucking neighborhoods and shit, man, when your next door neighbor is part of the fucking problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of, you know, no, you kind of need, when there ain't no police, dude, when the police don't come, you want something, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the most bleeding heart liberals that I know, they live in, like, Omaha. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, no, you're tucked away where it's safe, man. So what do you
experience out there as far as cultural?
Don't do that. I feel like that's infringing on rights and blah, blah, blah. No, because you've never been in a situation where your rights were ever infringed. You know what I'm saying? You've never, like, what, the most riskiest thing happened to you, dude, is like, what, you maybe burnt some brownies for a motherfucking PTA meeting or some shit? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, miss me with that shit, bro.
Yeah.
So, I get it, man.
Like, and it's where the virtue signaling comes in. You know, we talked about that a little bit on the last episode, and, you know, I'll continue talking about it. It's not right. I think I I was even showing you like earlier today, should I post this short or shouldn't about it? White people virtue signaling on the behalf of black people. Like, I mean, what do you think about that? Like, I mean, I don't need to speak for you. You can speak for your fucking self. That's the way I look at it. Like, I mean, I'm never going to be that guy that thinks
that's
that says,
like what the movie Higher Learning, or not Higher Learning, dude. How High? Well, fucking when they had that white teacher in there, dude, teaching Black history or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, leave, revolt, brother." And he was like, "Plymouth Rock didn't land." You know what I'm saying? He was like,
"Oh yeah,
Malcolm X."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man, like that's
it
how
just
I kind
comes
of
across
feel.
as fake.
Yeah, that's how I feel, dude. When motherfucking white people get up there and start talking about, well, Black Lives Matter, and no, you just don't want your house broken into, bitch. Like that's all that boils down
Most
to.
likely,
Man.
yeah.
Like,
that shit still don't matter. That shit still get broken into, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. Like
for the most part.
No, like it's you're either doing that shit because you low key are racist, like you're like the scariest racist because you don't know you're racist.
You're the undercover racist.
Exactly. Yeah, it seems more racist to me than anything. It really does.
Like, hey, like I'm just gonna get up here and say all this stuff, dude, because I believe that black people are people too. But we just have some movement at the end of the street. I just really don't feel safe anymore, and I just want to let them know that I'm with them. And that I support them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you finally pulled the Jeffersons and you moved on up and you're out here in Creve Coeur. But I got ring cams and security and
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But hey, I'm gonna put this Black Lives Matter sign up and just for you, Tyrone. All right, buddy. I'll see you over at handball. Are we gonna play pickleball later? All right. See ya.
Pickleball?
Hell, no, you got to go totally white, dude. He's inviting him to do some white people stuff because he moved on up. He wouldn't know. Jeff wouldn't play Tyrone in basketball because Jeff would get owned in basketball. But it's a fair thing with pickleball because Tyrone's just athletic. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you're just going to be athletic. My people created this game. It's called pickleball. We got this. And I'm going to control this thing and I'm going to win. It created this brotherhood, this unspeakable bond that we now have. And I still got this Black Lives Matter sign up in.
Right.
Yeah. And I still got this Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yep. And the whole time, dude, Tyrone's going back talking to his chick, talking about, man, these Peckerwood ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just feel like it's like, I can't be racist because I have a black friend. That doesn't mean fucking shit, man. It doesn't. No.
Whenever motherfucker, I got told that shit, dude. Like, no, dude. Like, no, we know black people. I'm like, if you can count them, like, really, like, I'm just saying, like, you can probably count how many black people I'm just saying, you can probably count how many black people Does that make you a racist? No, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, like, it don't put you in a damn category to where you're like, I'm familiar with. No, you're not familiar with shit.
You don't get the pass.
Honestly, man. Like, I know a lot of people.
I fight their fights. I understand their struggle. No, because 3 black people. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, in the course of your life.
No, I know a lot of people, and I don't remember their names equally. Like, fucking, there's no way I'm going to remember everybody's name that I know. I don't give a fuck. I go to a local bar right by my house. It's a pretty chill bar. It's an extremely diverse bar, and everybody gets along just fine for the most part. There are fights, every now and then, yada, yada. I've never really been there for one of them, whatever. But then I will say, like, my fiance is like where my fiance used to live. She's got a little bar over there in her neck of the woods over in Normandy. And there's just a sense of community over there that is so unique. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I mean, like that there really is no color. Like I said, I know plenty of, mixed black, white, whatever the hell in my local bar. And we all say what's up to each other. We're all high, but like, there's some kind of a different vibe over at the bar over in Normandy to where every black person, white person, no matter what, like old, young, whatever, they come up to me and they know me by name. And I feel bad because I don't know them by name, but they know me by name. They shake my hand. They give me hugs. They say, what's up? It's a different kind of community over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like there just really is no black or white. I mean, they love me because I'll get drunk and bust out my guitar and just have a good time with them and whatever the hell. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I think it's a community thing too sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, there's
really a bar in San Ann like that.
Like it can be completely different in completely different areas. You can have a diverse bar where people are all like, let me drink my beer and not say anything to this motherfucker and just whatever the fuck. But then you can, on the other end of town, have a diverse bar that everybody's just giving each other hugs and loving each other. You know, it's a community thing. It's different in different areas, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how that bar in St. Anne I was telling you, man. Like, we sometimes have like a worker union party up there, and like it's not one of my regular bars, dude. Like I just don't go into St. Anne, obvious reasons. But fuck, dude, when you go in there, people just walk through the door, dude, and like half the bar knows who's coming through the door. They're just like, hey, Tom, da da, you know, and they
cheers,
it's a
bro.
hug. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like almost everybody in there is a regular. It's really weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like, holy shit. And yeah.
Nothing but
and even
love.
Even if you're not a regular, they find out that you're with the reunion group or whatever, man.
And then you meet them.
Still come over, bullshit what you do because somebody from the reunion group probably knows somebody from there. It's like, oh yeah, no, this is blase blah. We used to do blase blah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what's going on, brother? And it's just like, right on, man.
And you know,
dude, you're buying him a drink or he's buying you a drink. And
this whole damn world,
each other's eyes.
This whole damn world needs more of that, dude. This whole damn world needs more of that. It really does. It needs more of an understanding that we can come together as a community. We can't, like, it doesn't really matter. Color don't matter. You know, I want to say left and right doesn't matter, but apparently it matters a lot right now. I don't know why. I mean, the left and right thing.
It matters to the higher ups, man. Like when you get down to like the people like us, it's like a good majority of us don't give a fuck about that shit anymore, bro.
Not
like,
really, though. You know, because like that's where I want to bridge the gap between fucking just the keyboard warriors and the real conversations, because they're not the same. When they can type out what they want to say to you, as opposed to saying something to you on a format such as this, which we can now reach out to anybody across the world. And I do invite anybody who wants to join us and have a conversation with us about anything. Come on, hit me up. Well, we will get this going and we will get a conversation going. It's fine. We need more of a community. We need more of an actual conversation between our differences. Like, I mean, right now, I feel like all three of us are a little more right-leaning. So, yeah, well, that's fine. We can sit here and talk about race and talk about a couple of things like that. But I want to get more diverse people on here. I want to get more people with different views to talk with us about anything. Really, like, let's just start being a little bit more of a community and understand that we have more in common than we really do differences. That would be nice. And I'm not just trying to say that just to try to be some triumphant great guy or anything like that. No, I really feel that way. So
you really are passionate, Joe.
I try to be. I actually give a fuck, dude. I actually do, you know. And besides any of that, I'm really just the techie guy that can fucking make all this happen and whatever. And I know a lot of people. I like talking to people, and I feel like I can bring people together. And I think it was like Nick Frida's or whatever or something. I'm just going to quote him on like one of his videos that I was watching or whatever, because it was right after Charlie Kirk's death. And he's just like, okay, so like, what can we do now? And he had like, I don't know, like a 5-step program or whatever it was, you know, go check his video out, watch it, whatever. It wasn't bad. It was very religious. I'm not religious, so I didn't buy into any of that. But I watched the whole thing and just listened to what he had to say. And, one of the things that he said is like, what talents do you have? What can you do? How can you help this movement move forward? And that kind of resonated with me, because I'm like, what can I do? Well, I'm pretty, decent at audio production. I've been doing it for almost 30 years of my life. Music, audio production. I'm good with video production. I'm good with this. And I like people and, all this stuff. So what can I do? This is what I can do. I can do this. I can make it happen. I can get people together. We can talk. And I could use a portion of my life to dedicate towards that. So here I am. That's what I'm doing, And if it's just my bros that, you guys are cool. I know you fucking personally. If that's all I get, great. But it's not going to be all I get, because why? I'm a people person. I'll reach the fuck out. We're going to get many more. And then you guys can sit here and talk to all of them with me. And we're just going to have a conversation. That's me. That's what I can do to help it. Maybe
you should. But that, like I said before, brother, like Americans got to have that bro to bro conversation,
Pretty much.
It just has to happen, because you don't want the outcome.
Well, like you said, once you stop talking, that's when the violence starts. Here we are trying to talk. No, that's all I can say.
Well, because like the way I see it, you have to be the change that you want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to see change, then start the change. You know, and the more that we, I mean, because we don't have to agree on everything, but you don't have to be a
I don't. Yeah,
self-conscious asshole either. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have to hate you because you don't agree with me.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I may not like his wall color. He may not like my carpet color. He doesn't hate me for it. I don't hate him for it. And that's the same way I look at political views. You know, it's like, I'm not going to dog you out because you painted your house pink or whatever, you know, and mine's fucking brick. I don't care. You know, it's like, and that's exactly how I view political shit. It says, when you think that you're so right and righteous that you have to call to take people's lives because of it, that's where I draw the line.
Sure.
That's just, you know, that's just evil as fuck.
Or just hating anybody for fucking speaking their opinion.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
or justify a political death.
Like it's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, dude. Like, you don't ever think you say anything that fucking hurts somebody's feelings. Like, you think you're that flawless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, like, and righteous, dude, that we're like, if you say something, then motherfucking it's right and I had to accept it. And that, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
you have to ask the hard questions. You have to risk being offensive to get to the answer.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just the way it is, and it has to happen that way.
Yeah.
Just nature, brother.
I would even say, like, James, you're saying the same thing as Danny Green said, you know, on the last episode, basically. Like, you know, you got to put yourself out there, and it's hard. Like, speak for what you believe in, you know, and like,
if you don't like what I got to say, then, you know, you don't got to listen to me, but you ain't got to hate me for it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and, you know, I'll just be like, that dude, like, if that's the way you roll, then that's the way you roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, if I see you in some shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially if we work together or we got to interact with each other on a regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like my brother, like, you know, he's not my brother, but he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I posted, the RIP Charlie Kirk thing, right? This dude was like the first guy that got on my page and was like, you know, he's a racist, right? And da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, find me something, you know what I'm saying, that shows that this dude was a racist, man.
Mhm.
Like, seriously. And so I just started posting everything on my social media feeds, man, showing that this dude is not a racist, man. Like, how many black people rallied around Charlie Kirk, dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this dude gave so much, man. Like, he's the reason why so many black people were able to go to the White House this one time or something like that, or that. Like, he helped fund all that shit, man. And, you know, I don't know, man. Like, it's just crazy. To see that dude, and then like Candace Owens was his best friend.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And yeah, like
you
like
can't
we were
pick and choose. If you're a racist, you don't pick and choose when you're racist. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, all right, so from, you know, 12 to 2 when I'm having lunch with Candace, I gotta be, and then from 5 to 7, dude, I'm just gonna be flat out fucking just go hard white supremacist. You know, like, no,
well,
it
that's
doesn't
called
work
code
like that.
switching to an extent. That's
Yeah.
Kamala Harris like tried her best at that, but failed. Like, she would go to different counties and talk in different accents and just did a terrible job of it. But yeah, like,
Can't find Charlie Kirk doing that.
and originally, like, you know, when we were talking about doing this episode or whatever, like, you know, we were talking about maybe calling out some of the leftist comments that I've been hitting with or whatever. And like, I've been thinking about that a little bit. And, you know, I'm glad we didn't, and I don't want to. Like I said, I would rather welcome them to open debate and apologize for the show itself being too right-leaning to maybe make
You're
them
a bigger man than me.
Well, sometimes you got to be, but you know, I don't want it to be an atmosphere to where they're not welcome. So I want to welcome them for conversation, and I apologize for that, because I might be skewing the show in a way that they might feel unwelcome, and I don't mean to do that. But the main thing, like, you know, and I will say, I'm not going to name any names or even harp on the comment or whatever, but one person that did comment, you know, on the thread, and was saying something, and this was just a stupid Jimmy Kimmel thread, and I really don't care. Like I said, it was a thread. It was a short about Jimmy Kimmel crying like a little bitch that he is, and it was a very fake cry, and all the short really did was point out the very fake cry. But then the comments went back and forth into, you don't think Trump had anything to do with this and whatever. And I will say, for the record, no, I don't think. Like, you remember the Cracker Barrel logo And like what happened with the Cracker Barrel shit, like they were
And they
going to
lost
change the
stocks.
logo, and then oh my God, everybody's in an uproar. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, we're going to put the logo back and everything's fine. Well, that's called free advertising. And they just got a shit ton, like millions upon millions of dollars of it just by making something go viral. That's what happened with that. So basically, with the Jimmy Kimmel situation, for those of you that are still like all up in arms about free speech, that's pretty much what just happened. And if you can't fucking see beyond that, then I'm sorry, but that's the truth. It was a network that pulled a power move. So they canceled Jimmy Kimmel. And yes, Trump was calling for the cancellation, but Trump's been calling for the cancellation of all his opposition for years now. And obviously, Jimmy Kimmel was just reinstated and his show's back up and running, which also proves that Trump had nothing to fucking do with it.
I think Disney did it.
Well, I'm sure they did.
Disney.
Yeah. So what they did was they pulled a Cracker Barrel move. And they canceled Jimmy Kimmel for like a week. Next thing you know, he's back on. His ratings skyrocketed. Like, of course they would, because he's the talk of the town and everybody's all about free speech and they're back there for Jimmy Kimmel. But you know what? What was it, like 4 days later? Jimmy Kimmel's ratings are down like
three-quarters.
Yeah, they're down like 70% because nobody's really watching him anymore. So if you guys really love Jimmy Kimmel, well, then you better start spending your life watching Jimmy Kimmel. But you don't want to because he's irrelevant. And he's going to fade away, and he's going to be kicked off the show again. And you'll probably blame Trump again, I'm assuming, but it has nothing to do with that. His ratings suck. But once again, kicking him off of that show, nobody stopped him from starting a
Colbert,
YouTube.
wasn't he supposed to get canceled too or something like that?
Yeah, Trump's calling for all of them to get canceled. But what I'm trying to say is Trump doesn't matter. Like his opinion, free speech does still stand still. If a network does cancel him, nobody was stopping him from starting a YouTube channel. Obviously, he's going to do way better than we are, because he's got millions behind him and he's going to have 1 million subscribers right off the bat and he's going to have millions of dollars to produce it.
Endorsements and all types of shit.
Exactly. So he's going to do just fine. Free speech was not canceled. He was just canceled from a network and could do way more than the simple people like me or you or any one of us could. He didn't have to start from scratch and he never will have to start from scratch. Now, if they're threatening jail time, that's different. I kind of feel like that happened to Trump. He was kicked off all social media. Trump couldn't have went.
Trump with jail
again.
What?
Trump could not have gone and started his own YouTube channel at that time. He could not have started his own Twitter account. He could not have done any of that because he was pretty much banned from all social media. That I feel was real censorship, but we act like that didn't happen. So that's fine.
Remember that at all, bro?
Yeah, that just didn't exist, right? So.
I
will
about
say
one of the Mandela effects.
To at least one in particular person that was commenting on that or whatever, I saw posted something today, and the reason it's relevant is because the Charlie Kirk thing or whatever. It was like, you know how you see those cherry picked comments about Charlie Kirk? It was a montage of these cherry picked comments of Charlie Kirk, and like a whole long ass montage, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever fucking seen, because like. Every time he said something controversial, it cut to something else and stopped when he was going to explain why. Like it was like, no, I don't think Juneteenth should be a holiday because boop, and then on to the, no, I don't think blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like it cut off all of his points, but it only focused on all of these controversial things he said because he was talking about controversial things, but it literally was a montage of cutting out his points and just making him seem like he was saying racist things. And I'm like, holy Christ. And this person, I actually...
something there about his DI.
Yeah. And when I saw that, I was like, I gave this person space in my mind for a second. You know, like I let him bother me thinking maybe I'm wrong or whatever. But then I see him post something like that. And I'm like, what a small mind that person has. And why should I ever give somebody time, you know, like in my mind, you know, like to think that they can sway my opinion in any way when you think that small, when you could post something so obviously cherry picked, making Charlie Kirk seem like a racist or a bigot and just leave that and not even think twice about it. Like it was so disgusting. Like, I don't know, I'm sure I could find the video or whatever, because I'm sure it's going all over, you know. You don't think Charlie Kirk was a racist? Well, let me show you this. And then boom, a montage of cherry-picked shit that just fucking, it was terrible. It was terrible. And I'm like, that wasn't Charlie Kirk.
That shit, like, I didn't get really hip to dude until election time. Apparently, he's been doing this shit forever and a fucking day.
Yeah,
but I didn't get him
8 years. I think 8 years, almost a decade.
Something like that. Yeah, and I still didn't hear about dude until election time, man. And it was just like he was definitely pro MAGA, so I was like, I'm gonna fuck with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I'm gonna fuck with this dude. Yeah, I'm a team player. But then you got to listening to this dude and everything, man. You're like, the way he spoke, it was just so like you knew you were gonna like if you were trying to argue, you just felt like you were gonna. I felt bad for the people on the other end of that mic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
this dude's thought press, like he was just on this whole other level, bro. Like
he was well versed in debate.
Yeah, dude, like he already knew what you were gonna say before you said. You know what I'm saying? Like
because
some of that
talking points.
Yeah, I mean, like it was just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like to hear this dude, it was just like, wow. And then you got all these people getting up there saying like, trying to prove him as a racist, and he's like, I'm not saying like with the DEI shit, dude. He was like, I just want the most qualified person for the damn position. You know what I'm saying?
Based on merit, yeah.
Yeah, like if you're flying a plane, bro, like do you want somebody who actually went to school and who was a pilot?
Do you want the motherfucker who scored higher on the test? That's it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or do you want the guy you got hired because fucking, just because of their skin color? Like this dude's never flown a plane before or anything, but because now we got to hire so many black people.
I mean, that's going a little the other direction because they didn't necessarily hire people that never flew a plane before. I mean, that's a little too far.
It was a test. You know what I'm saying? They got low scores on a test.
Yeah, and like I said, that'd be for another deep dive. I'd have to do a little bit more research on like what that actually was like. How they allowed black people over white people, because I'm not sure if that's really a thing or not. I really don't know.
If it's DEI, yeah.
I do know that just personally, like regardless, because I don't have the knowledge at hand and I won't claim to at all, I just want the person that scored the highest on the test. And if that's racist, then fuck you. Like, I really don't care. It's that cut and dry. I want the person that scored the highest. That's it. There is no gray area there. That's it. I don't care. I do not care if the person is a Muslim woman that hates me. If she scored 100 and then some asshole white guy scored 99%, well, I'll take the Muslim woman. I'd rather her not hate me though.
I'm like, man,
but
you lost me. I'm gonna come off, but I'm not having no Muslim woman fly my plane, bro. Like,
well, I know that was a little weird of analogy, but
if I find out a Muslim woman's flying a plane, dude, and she hates me, like that was
your
guys' track record ain't
I'm
the
sorry.
best.
I apologize. Strange analogy. Cut and dry. I want the person that scored the highest on the test. That's it. I don't care about their skin color. I don't care about their religion. I don't care about anything. I mean, as long as they don't hate me. I mean, if I know they hate me, then I'm not getting on the plane. But other than that, I don't care.
Yeah, that should have been an automatic cancellation of getting on the plane. I can't believe that was like a negotiable thing. Like, no. Like, if you hate me, you're down. Yeah, I definitely don't want you flying the plane.
I probably shouldn't have included the hate me part. So yeah, we'll just take out the Muslim woman that hates me and just say Muslim woman that scored 100% on the test. Yeah, sure, it's okay, right? Except she probably hates me. God damn it! There's my right-leaning bullshit coming out again. I knew it. Like it never not be.
Like I want to plead the fifth, bro.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. And tonight, tomorrow, in the morning, whenever the hell you do view this, there's going to be many, many more shows to come. And yeah, this has been the Madhouse Show with Luke and James. I appreciate you guys so much coming out. And we will be seeing you again very soon.
Right up.
Vaya con Dios.